Welcome to part 2 with my guest Spectra Stewart. If you remember from part 1, if you got a chance to listen to it, Spectra was talking about having hyperhidrosis, being super sweaty. Today she'll be talking about being super sensitive. After the super sweat dries up, I guess there's more to tell. Oh, and speaking of more to tell, did I mention I'm Adam Sultan, and this is Friends with Deficits. All right, why don't we talk about the other thing you were talking about?
The sensitivity? So I was seeing a lady she calls it sensory integration. Integration meaning all of my I'm so super sensitive. Some people are born with more taste buds per inch on their tongue, and they're called super tasters. I am a super taster. It is not fun. It's cool sometimes because I can have a chef make a dish and I'll go, okay, that's a little bit of tarragon, and I can pick the dish apart and I can tell you all what's in it because I can taste a hint of something. But it makes me super picky. I don't like this, I don't like that, because it's just too intense. It's too, like as I was growing up as a kid, potatoes. I'm like, Mom, they just taste too white. And she kind of was understanding. She knew where I was coming from, so moms are great about understanding. So to me, I guess it was the starchiness. It was just like, it felt like it coated my tongue in white. Mm-hmm. That was the way I described it. Yeah, there's just certain textures and tastes that I can't do. And I love buffets because the more flavors and changes that my mouth goes through, the happier I am and the more I can eat. If somebody gives me a casserole and it's got 3 things in it, I can eat a little bit and then my mouth is like, okay, we tasted this, we're done.
Wait, but you get overwhelmed with taste in one kind of food.
But they also get bored. It's not fun, I'm telling you.
But you'd rather have a bunch of different courses and stuff?
I would. I love going to buffets and, okay, so if I eat the same thing, I know that I get bored. My tongue just, it's like, no more. I'm done with that. I don't want any more of that.
Like how big a serving are we talking about?
Like,
not like a bag of potatoes.
Like less than a serving, I usually get tired of it. And the way that I combat that is like trying a different texture, trying a piece of bread, or taking a drink of something with a different flavor. I drink a lot of water while I'm eating, and that's one way that I can try and make myself eat more of the same boring thing.
So basically a good meal for you would be a lot of different small plates or something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Lots of different things. So not like one dish with a whole bunch of things in it, because then I'm still eating that same flavor over and over again. So if it has 10 things in it, I still get bored of it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you just know what all the 10 things are.
Yeah.
And you're just getting them over and over again.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But sometimes it's really cool because I can go home and recreate a recipe. I'm like, okay, I memorize the flavor in my head and I taste it in my mind until I get it right.
Are you a good cook?
I think so.
It seemed like that.
I think so.
Well, you should have a career in that.
In fact, water. I mostly only drink water, and I accidentally grabbed one bottle was different in all of my stuff, and I happened to grab that one, and I was drinking it blindly without looking at it, and I went, what the hell is this? And it was a different brand that it was a totally, I can taste the difference in waters.
Wow.
Tap water. I notice in my tea, I drink hot tea.
Yeah.
Hot tea more than I drink coffee. I just drink coffee on the days where I have to actually do a really good job and perform. And but yeah, I'm kind of a hot tea snob, and somebody said, why don't you just nuke your water? And I'm like, shut your mouth. Oh, that's the most disgusting thing is microwaved hot water. It tastes flat.
I've never noticed that.
It tastes so flat. All the oxygen is gone. And my mom, she drinks tea as well, and she'll put her cold water in her electric kettle at night, and then push the button in the morning. I will not. I will do it right before I drink it, right before I heat it up.
Fresh water.
It's got to be fresh.
The freshest water.
The freshest.
And this goes through all your senses? Or?
Okay, so the super tasting for the tongue. My eyes, I just had my eyes tested, And of course, I'm aging and I'm needing reading glasses. But I asked him why I could feel, like when you look at a light, like if somebody shines a flashlight in your eyes and then pulls it away, usually you see a spot. Well, I can feel the spot. Like if I close my eyes and I move them around, it feels like there's paper or something touching my eye where that spot is. And he said, oh, no, that's okay. Nothing's wrong. You're just super sensitive. And I was like, tell me something I don't know. So my eyes are okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like I can look up towards the sun. It's not too bright. Thank goodness my eyes are not super sensitive, in my opinion. They're pretty normal. Sounds bother me. I love quiet. I have a very hard time being around sound, lots of sound, for too long, and especially loud music, just, city noises. If I know that's going to happen and I'm going to be around it for a couple hours at a time, I prepare myself. I have to have some downtime. And then also in the middle of it, I have to just either go in the bathroom and let it get a little less, or go outside and I have to have just a minute to have that break, or I have to leave. I can't just stay around it. It's gotten a little worse as I'm getting older, because I used to go to rock concerts and I was fine.
I think that's an aging thing.
I think so too.
You're just like, meh.
Yeah, like merry-go-rounds and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
why is this restaurant so loud? I can't even have a conversation. Yeah.
I'm too old. That's what it is. Yeah. And touch, oh my God. I really wish that I wasn't so sensitive. It's another big problem for me. It's annoying. It's affected my relationships. I haven't been with a new person in a while because I feel like I have to tell them all the things and tell them, don't do this. I hate that. I'm too ticklish. Don't touch me there. Like any kind of drumming or any kind of rubbing briskly, fast. It agitates me.
Yeah.
But if somebody puts their hand on me and it just holds it there, I'm much more calm.
Yeah.
And then I had this friend that when they hugged me, their fingertips happened to just land right on my spine, and then they would rub up and down, and I would just be like climbing the wall.
Man.
And stop, just look, and pull away. I was like, you can't touch my spine. Don't do that. And I think it's an energy thing.
Yeah. I'm
just super sensitive, and it's not fun. I don't like it.
Do you think all those things are just sort of quirks, or are they all connected in some particular syndrome or something? Or is it almost sounds also like a little autistic?
Okay, so I'm so glad you said that. So I have this book. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it's something about Asperger's and autism and how they're related. And to me, I think that there are these paths in the brain, and it's kind of like a train track. You have one running here and you have one running here, and you just pull that switch and it'll go down this track instead of going down that track. And I think that somebody pulled the switch and mine went down ADD or ADHD, depending on how you look at it. And I'm just running parallel to some autistic symptoms. Because as I'm reading about it, I'm like, holy crap, I'm kind of on the spectrum. And when I was a kid, they tested me and I was gifted and talented and I was smart and all that. And I don't think that has a lot to do with, having one or another, but it's like, well, I'm not just sitting here. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just, there's so many ways that it could have gone. I'm really glad that my brain works the way that it works, that I'm able to have a conversation, to share my thoughts and my feelings with words. I used to have trouble with that.
Articulating your thoughts?
Yeah. It was just one big ball. That lady that helped me with the sensory integration helped me with that, because I saw it as a big knotted ball of yarn, and it was like, well, how are you feeling? That was such a hard question. Well, what are you feeling? And I thought, I'm feeling like 15 things. How am I supposed to break it apart and pick and choose? And so that's been something that I've worked on.
So what is this sensory integration you're talking about?
So, okay, she has different ways of dealing with it. One where she touches you with her hand while you're laying down and she talks to you about things and she makes you settle into your body. But most of the time we were just talking and she would give me things to do like most people, they have a list and they go to H-E-B and they get what they want and they leave. I should not be allowed in a store, a grocery store. I kid you not, 2 hours minimum every time I go.
Jeez, do you get somebody else to shop for you?
I wish if I could afford it, I would. It's awful. It's not fun, but I'm trapped. I'm trapped in there. I'm like, there are 20 kinds of peanut butter. And I have to look. I have to look at every one. It's like I'm compelled, and so I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even need peanut butter. I've just looked at every single one of them, and then there's just so many things to look at.
And then do you end up like with 8 shopping carts and stuff, or have you just
no?
wasted much time?
I end up with things that don't make anything. I have peanut butter but no jelly, and tortillas but no meat, and so even if I make a list. Then sometimes I'm like, but I really do need this. I know it's not on the list, but I need cereal. And then I'll get to this aisle way over there and go, well, I can't have cereal if I don't have milk. So then I go get the milk. And then it's like, look, ice cream. I deserve ice cream.
Ooh, ice cream.
Squirrel! I deserve ice cream. And then it's like, but I'm getting a little better.
Seems like you're aware of it.
So she gave me tools. She's like, don't go if you're hungry. Don't go if you're angry. Don't go if you're tired, And she gave me like this acronym that I was supposed to remember. Obviously I don't.
So once a month within a 2-hour window, it's go.
So usually what I'll do, I've tricked myself, is I'll go with someone and make them wait in the car. Because if I know someone's waiting, I feel guilty I'm like, I gotta, hurry, they're waiting on me, know? Or I will tell somebody I will be there in 15 minutes and I'll go, I have to, because if I'm late, then I feel guilty and I feel bad. So I have to have something that is spurring me to slap myself and go, step out of it, girl. Yeah. You don't need peanut butter. So it's rough. H-E-B is like Squirrel City. And then there's music. And then it's too cold, and that gets with my sensations, and so I always take a jacket, and it's just...
You could shop at, like, worse stores, ones that don't have as many choices or something.
Yes. It has it's mostly a drawback. It's mostly, and it's embarrassing. People are like, I called you at 7:30. You're still at the store? Yeah. What are you doing in there? Picking fruit? Have to find the perfect avocado. Yeah.
Got a lot of time? Hungry? Angry? Not sure what to get? We can't help. Come on down to Squirrel City. We've got items. Grocery list. What do you need? Peanut butter. We've got peanut butter. Ice cream. Feminine products. Don't sweat. We've got antiperspirant. Perspirant. Peanut butter. Smooth clothes. Rough clothes. Take off your clothes. Relax. 500 aisles. 3 million shelves. One room. Cereal. Ice cream. Milk. Got a lot of time? We've got watches. Watch this. Squirrels. Pole dancing, parsley, we've got peanut butter, traps, rat traps, bear traps, squirrel traps. You're trapped. So come on down to Squirrel City. You're trapped. We've got Fruit Loops, don't forget the milk, ice cream. Would you like a bag? 10 minutes, 2 hours. We've got time. This is nuts. We've got peanuts. We've got butter. But 10 more seconds. Would you like a bag? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So come on down to
Squirrel City.
4, 3, 2. Many choices under one roof.
Squirrel City.
We've got roofs.
And then like sitting on furniture, I'm very aware of the way it feels. This has a nice feel to it, this texture. Mm-hmm. But if something doesn't, it's really hard to be with it. Like linen, I don't like linen. Rough textures and stuff. It's really hard for me. I have to be really careful about what clothes I buy. If they don't feel good, I don't care if they were free. I don't care if it's the cutest thing ever. I'm not wearing it because I will tug at it. I will just think about it. I won't be able to enjoy my day if I don't, have comfortable clothes.
Yeah. Have you always been that way with clothes?
Yes. We had a ritual when I was a kid. My mom always had hair past to my butt. And she always had it in braids at night. and I had nightgowns. I wore nightgowns. I won't wear those anymore. But I laid in bed like this, and I would put my braids straight up so they weren't under my neck and I couldn't feel them under my head. And then my mom or my dad would come in and they would pull my nightgown down completely straight and flat, and then they would pull the covers up and put them right under my armpits. It was like the only way that I felt comfortable and I could sleep. If that wasn't done, I would toss and turn.
Do you still sleep like that, in a certain position? Or you...
I'm a little more relaxed about it now, but I do like the pillowcases, the open end. I flip it under because I will struggle with it all night. I can't have like things with lace on the ends and stuff.
Yeah.
It's difficult because when I first meet somebody, it's like, oh my God, are you high maintenance or what? I try to hide some of it because it seems to me like it'd be overwhelming to them, I don't want to tell them like all of this at once because, what do they can't remember all that. I can't remember all of it. But like, let's see, most people understand wearing socks in bed. Most people that I know, my friends included, they know that I wear socks all the time.
Why do you have to wear them in bed?
They tangle in the sheets. Like if I were laying on my back and my feet were like that, and then I turn the way that the sheets are loose, they wrap around wet feet. It's like having wet feet, and they just tangle and pull, and then all of a sudden I'm claustrophobic, and then I'm kicking, and I can't relax. And they're cold because they're wet. They're cold, and I don't want to reach over and touch the person in bed next to me with cold, wet feet. Who wants that? So, yeah.
Socks in bed.
Yeah, socks. But I usually wear sexy knee socks.
That's good.
I have like a kind
in the
of sock
summer
fetish.
too?
Almost all the time.
Wow.
I have about 80 pair of socks.
And they don't make you too hot?
They're no hotter than I already am. To me, it's no difference.
Okay.
So I might as well be cute.
There you go. Yeah, sexy knee socks in bed.
Yeah, knee socks. Over the knee socks are my favorite, but it's a little too hot to have my knees sweating in the summer.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I talk about this to people, I'm like, oh my God. Wow. You are so, I think, I try not to judge myself and say I'm this, I'm so that, I'm to this, I'm to that, but damn. I'm difficult. I'm complicated.
Spectra. You got some things going on.
I do. Yeah. But at the same time, I think it's kind of cool in a way because I'm me and there's nobody else like me. I'm so different. I am guaranteed there's no one else like me.
Yeah. I
am very strange and I embrace it.
And you don't seem that strange.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I guess that's cool.
You don't come off as a strange person.
Cool. Yeah, I don't like collect fingernail clippings and do artwork with them and
Wait, what do you mean? That's what I do.
I thought you posed little cockroaches into little...
Yeah, that's well, then I give them like my fingernails to play with. Oh man.
Is this PG-13 that we're talking right now? Is it?
Could be X. I don't know.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay, because you could always start cutting it out from here.
NR-17.
So I wanted to say that I want to share something with you that I sort of not just learned, but recently.
Friends with Deficits After Hours.
Okay, kitties, it's time for bed.
Friends with Deficits After Hours.
Okay, so I've been thinking about how difficult I am to learn, because that's what we do when we get into a relationship. You kind of learn, okay, where are you from? What do you like to do? That kind of thing. That's the normal getting to know you. But when you're starting to get into a relationship and you want to be physical or cuddly and all that, not only do I not want to touch you with my hands, but it's like now I've got this hand on me that I'm super sensitive to, and it's like, oh, I don't like that. How do I tell them without hurting their feelings? Have all that. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what one good thing is that I've learned recently, and that is from the kink world. I always wondered, why I don't love it, but spanking. I like it. It's fun. It's great. Now I realized why I liked it is, like, if somebody does the rub, like, you know they're going to spank you, and they do that pre-rub, and then they pull their hand away and pow, not too hard, just like a warm-up.
Yeah.
And then they would get successfully harder until, you're like, okay, that's good. When I go from that first spank to, that's satisfying, that's good, they can touch me however they want. Somebody can reach over and they can do like a light caress with their fingertips, and it doesn't make me tense up. It's like it released me.
That's the subspace. No, you don't think it's that?
Well, subspace is no, because I can be spanked and I'm good, but I have not gone into subspace. In fact, I don't think I've ever gone into subspace.
But maybe it's something sort of like that.
There is a word for it. You're right. I'll think of it later, or maybe I'll let you know what it is when I think of it.
Huh.
But I love that that's attainable for me, because sometimes it's like, God, I just want somebody to touch me without my body fighting it or reacting. Like, I don't want to be like, I tense up like this knot.
Do you think it's something where you just need to loosen up a little bit? Need to get into it, and like maybe in the case of spanking, it's something where it warms you up and you're kind of in it.
I don't think so. I wish that I could say it was that, but I've been sitting next to somebody on a couch just like this and been really into them, and I think, God, I just want to like be all over them and make out and touch, and then they touch me and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do that. Don't touch me like that. Or, I think that in my head.
Yeah.
I'm still working on how to take that and put it into nice, sweet words like, honey, I really like it when you do this. This kind of makes me, I don't know how to do that yet.
Seems like you're just going to have this whole conversation.
Yeah, right?
And then, so now you know when I'm barking orders at you.
You're recording this, right? So I'll just give this to them.
Exactly.
And then we're set.
We'll send you the link. Anytime you have a new date, you just give them the link.
Here's your
Go talk to you in 2 hours. See what you think.
Here's your homework. Yeah. Oh, if you want to make out with me, this is what you got to do. Oh my God. So another thing, since we're on the naughty version, smoking. That helps tremendously. Smoking pot.
Oh, okay.
It helps, because then I'm more. This is kind of weird. I don't mind being touched, but yet I'm super sensitive. I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa! But it's more pleasurable.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like, don't caress me, spank me, and then you can caress me. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's one way in, though. That's just one way in. I know that there's more than one, like the smoking. Yeah. Smoking pot it takes a minute, but I know that it also makes me more horny. So I think it does something to my body where I'm more okay with being touched, just like going in for it. Yeah. As opposed to if I didn't smoke. Then it would be more like, ooh, I don't like that. Or I think my brain focuses on something else. And I'm not as aware of the touching. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, well, so is your brain kind of getting overly aware of all the things going on, and it's...
I think so. Yeah.
Have you ever tried
maybe that's it.
Practicing meditation?
What's that?
Yeah.
Are there squirrels involved?
There are squirrels involved. Your mind.
I need a meditating squirrel app.
Yeah. It's true. We're all meditating squirrels.
So I struggle with being weird and being cool weird. It's like, do I tell people? Or are they going to be the ones that go, okay, you're weird, or that's cool? So much different about me.
And yet you seem so normal.
I'm good at blending in. I'm a chameleon. I can keep all this to myself, kind of.
Too late now.
Yeah, right? It's out there now. Damn.
Well, that was fun. Thanks to my guest, Spectra Stewart. I'd also like to thank Andy Nolte, who composed the Squirrel City theme you're listening to right now. Also, the sexy After Hours music was written by Andy. and it's from an upcoming album of his, I believe. Go Andy. Hey, if you haven't already, you could subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcasts or wherever podcasts are given away for free. Speaking of which, if you'd like to support Friends with Deficits, check out patreon.com/Friends with Deficits. You can also sign up for our newsletter and stay up to date with things at our website, friendswithdeficitspodcast.com. Thanks for listening. I'm Adam Sultan. Sense you later.